Well, we're coming down the home front here, and time does not permit us. I wish we had more time. We've stretched this hour. Our guest today is Thomas Horn. We've got about 8 minutes left, and so we'll take some very brief questions and try to get as much as we can in. Before we do, however, I'd like Tom to give you his website address again, because many of you will have questions, and I'm sure you'll feel free to contact him. Tom, give us that point of contact.
Yes, ForbiddenGate.com. It's singular. ForbiddenGate.com is the website they would. I've got other websites, but that's the one they want to go to find out more information on this topic. I'm blogging an entire series on this right now. We're posting government reports. We're putting out scanned copies of DARPA's 2011 budget that has actual millions of dollars set aside for editing human DNA, super soldier technology. There's just a ton of information that is there, and we're making it all free. In addition to that, we're writing the 13-week teacher's guide. We're providing the first 2 books I ever wrote free that are on spiritual warfare, which can help the church to understand that we want to get involved in this debate ideologically, but we also understand there is a supernatural context involved.
And Tom is well qualified in all of his research. He also has been a pastor for 25 years, so he understands what spiritual warfare is all about. We're going to go right now to South Dakota, talking with Kim in what part of South Dakota, Kim?
I live near Mitchell.
Mitchell, okay. Mm-hmm. You're on the air with Tom.
Okay, hi, Tom.
Hi, Kim.
I was wondering about the Hadron Collider, and I keep thinking maybe that's how Satan will be able to connect to the spiritual world. You know, they're looking for the God particle, and there's just billions of dollars been poured into this, and scientists from all over the world. Could it have a connection?
Well, you know what's interesting about that? I commonly refer to it as the CERN Stargate. But, you know, even their own theoretical physicists there have said that something might come through it. And one of their own theoretical physicists actually took some heat last year for saying we could send something through this portal, or something might come through it that we don't even, you know, what in the world was he talking about? Well, on the surface, of course, they're trying to, you know, impact these particles with such intensity that they explode and create miniature, well, the kind of what they think happened, you know, when there was this great explosion in eons past and we all came into existence. But they're looking for the Higgs particle. They're looking for the God particle, as you state. But there could be. I mean, I did a show with Steve Quayle in which the question, somebody called in and said, could matter-manipulating demons come through some kind of a portal we create? Well, this can get to become a very exotic thing. A lot of questions can come out of it, but when you start tinkering with God's order at the atomic level, yeah, I mean, there's things that could happen. Once again, we have to be concerned, but we've entered into an age now where we have within our hands the power to be able to reconstruct matter at the atomic level, at the genetic level, and we're not holding back. We're doing it, and this is why I want Christians and pastors and leaders in churches to get involved. I just found out that there's a couple of Bible colleges that are going to require their students to read the book that we're writing now. They're going to do a quarter's worth of classes on it, so it's fantastic to me that we're getting involved. You should also know I'm running into some real resistance. The National Science Foundation report that I quoted a little bit earlier in this radio show, one of the co-authors yesterday posted a huge article attacking me, and essentially all he was really saying was people like me who believe in prophecy and whatever ought not to be allowed to be involved in this debate. So as soon as I get back to town, my response to that's going to be, say what? Why? I'm a taxpayer too. Why am I not qualified to be involved in this debate? We're the very ones who ought to be involved in this debate.
Earl in Sand Mountain, Alabama. Earl, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. Are you acquainted with the Apocrypha?
Yes.
These books were took out of the original King James.
That's right.
And in there it says, in the last days, bloody women will bring forth monsters. Could that be this?
Yeah, that's from the book of Esdras. I forget exactly what text that is, but that's exactly what it says. You should also know, though, that in the existing canon of the Scripture, for instance, in the 13th chapter of the book of Isaiah, read that. Read that in the Septuagint version, the 13th chapter, where he says, "Open the gates, ye ruler. I give command, and I bring them. giants are coming to fulfill my wrath. Well, I went to look at this just in the King James because I'm thinking, why is this translated the way it is? And it's the Gibborim, the offspring of the Nephilim. At the time, and think about this now. This goes into another show. We don't have time, and I got to keep my answer short. Why are we still involving ourselves in Iraq, where the Tower of Babel was built? Why are we there? What is our political interest? What is our military interest in being there where the Tower of Babel was built? Because Isaiah, when referring to when it will be, Babylon will be rebuilt and then utterly destroyed, it's at that moment in which it is destroyed, God opens the gate, according to Isaiah 13, out of which the Gibborim return to the surface of the earth. But then go on and read the rest of the prophecy. And what is Isaiah describing if it's not what Esdras was talking about? He's talking about satires, half goats, half men. He's talking about transgenic creations like we've got on the theoretical drawing board right now as running around in the debris field, if you will, of Babylon. So what were these ancient prophets trying to warn us about concerning the end of time and what men would be doing at that point in time?
And we have, last of all, Ron in Pensacola. Just before we give Ron the opportunity, some of ancient art where you see drawings of half human, half animals. This is not a strange thing in the mind of mankind. But as we see those marks prehistorically, where this type of a creature was in their minds as well. Ron in Pensacola, we're going to put you. You're the last one. Go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon. I understand recently that they've added a gene to a salmon from an eel, and it's caused the salmon to become twice the normal size. And could they apparently do the same with humans and create giant humans? And this, I know they're wanting to sell this product to us on the market right now.
Yeah, Ron, very good point. This is some of the very stuff that we deal with in our research, what's happening in genetically modified foods. The point is that the whole genetic revolution is happening in terms of the food we eat, the creatures that we are creating, synthetic biology. The very first synthetic form of life was created by the JVCI Institute this last year. Well, I know we're going to run out of time, but it's been wonderful being with you, Vic.
Tom, thank you so much. Your website one more time.
ForbiddenGate.com.
Tom, we got to have you back again.
Thank you, Vic.
Thank you, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on Crosstalk.
You've been listening to Crosstalk via satellite and the internet from BCY America. Views expressed may or may not be those of this station. For a cassette or CD of today's program, send a donation of $6 or more to VCY Tape Ministry, 3434 West Kilbourne Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53208. Or download by RSS or podcast from crosstalkamerica.com. And join us again for Crosstalk.